What's up, slide players? It's Rogo here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about playing in open tunings. Now, I've been a slide player for a while, but I've always played in the key of D when I'm tuned to open D. And when I'm tuned to open G, I only play in the key of G. And that's great too, because it's very stylistic for the blues or even for a lot of rock. But there's a lot of different beautiful tones we can access by playing in different keys on the neck. So for instance, I'm a big fan of Derek Trucks, and he has his guitar tuned in open E most of the time, but he'll play in the key of G or he'll play in the key of F. And that creates a lot of different sonic possibilities. And I mean, the world is his oyster with his one guitar. So you don't have to retune or use a capo, although that's fine too. But I found that most of the time in my exploration, I found that it's really cool to try to play in different keys in open tunings. So today I'm tuned to open D, and I'm going to play in the key of G. Okay, so basically how you have to think about it, we're pivoting around the 5th fret because that's our G chord. So you can build a minor pentatonic scale, or major, depending on what key you want to play in. Today we're doing minor. You can build your minor pentatonic scale around this 5th fret. So just as like when you're in standard tuning and you're soloing over a minor blues or a minor track, you know, you play your pentatonic and it sounds great. So today we're just going to isolate the pentatonic scale revolved around the 5th fret. Now keep in mind, because we don't want the open strings to really ring out, it would be different if we're playing in the key of D and we're tuned to the key of D, but because we're in G, we have to make sure a lot of strings aren't ringing out, so you have to have really good technique in the right hand. I teach many lessons on proper technique for slide in the right hand, but this is not the lesson to do so. So if you're centered around 5th fret, let's find our G's. Those are our 3 G's. On the 6th string, 5th string, 1st string. We can build our scale around that, minor pentatonic scale. So I'm not even using my slide, just to show you. So it's 5, 3, 5, 3, 4, because it's minor. 5, 3, 5, 3, 1, 5. That's our minor pentatonic scale. Okay, so for the sake of this exercise, we are going to omit this note here, just to make it easier, because we're going back and forth between the 5 and the 3. So just like this. But I'm really centering kind of my pentatonic scale around this middle G here. So let's do it with the slide. And the reason why we're doing the 4th fret here, because if we did the 5th fret, that would be major. Which could be kind of modal and cool depending on what you're playing, but it's, for now, it's 5, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3. Okay. And you'll notice that in my right hand, I know I said I wasn't teaching this lesson today, but just a reminder, being able to pick and mute. So watch my picking hand. It's really clean, because if notes were ringing out, it wouldn't sound good because I'm not in the key of D. And then when you're playing along with the backing track, you can go up on the top string. But when you're soloing around, always keep in mind, if you're in the key of G, 5th fret, you can always to reset. Let me play a little bit of the backing track for you. So that's a little example of what you can do playing in the key of G while you're in an open tuning of D. Now that was just a nutshell. Keep in mind I do teach private lessons. All my info is in the description below. If you want this backing track, it's available on my subscription-only fan page of my website. The information is also below. But when in doubt, visit rogothewild.com. Thank you guys so much for playing guitar with me today. Don't be hesitant to reach out and ask me any questions. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at rogothewild. Thanks, guys.